this is fucking embarrassing for me because doing vlogs is embarrassing for me because I'm like expressing all of my negativity out. I'm wanting to say on camera that I want to be done with this negative shit. This is not something that I'm used to. In fact, just wanting to make a change is freaking me out. Wanting to think more positive is freaking me out. Wanting to not let my depression beat me down is making me freak out. Because I'm not used to it. I'm not used to it. I can't tell you how many times in the past I tried to kill myself by overdosing, drinking Windex, gasoline when I was 15, although I only had one sip. It really is gross. The taste of gasoline is basically how it smells like. The smell is the taste, and I only did that once. And I never did it again, but even then, I still, like a month or two ago, I felt like it was about to relapse, so I put a belt around my neck. And I did do a light squeezes. I didn't really do it tight enough to actually do any damage, but I stopped. I stopped myself. It was like 1 or 2 squeezes here, and then I unwrapped the belt and just stopped. To me, wanting to not kill myself makes no sense because I still feel like I don't have a purpose here. I still feel like just living is a curse. I'm cursing everything around me just by being alive. I don't have to do anything. Just sit in a room. That will cause everyone to be mad at me. I feel like finally, mentally, I'm going to finally start this transition where I'm going to finally put my dark past behind. Not right now, not today, because I have a lot of things to work through. But I'm saying that I feel like the transition is starting to get there, finally. Where I want to say I want to move on. I don't want depression to dictate my life anymore, or how I act, because as a person, I'm a good person. I don't act really reckless under a normal mind, but when I let my emotions get the best of me and I act on my emotions, that's what gets me into trouble. In my 20s, I used to, at first impulse, I would like to cut my wrist or overdose or even if I didn't feel like doing anything, I would have these wonderful suicidal fantasies, like the point a gun at your head and blow your fucking head off type of fantasy. I used to have suicidal fantasies like that quite frequently. And while I do from time to time, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. My passion for hurting myself has died down quite a lot. And although the past 4 months of when I didn't do any vlogging at all was pretty bad, because I have no one to talk to, I have no family, I have no friends, literally I'm unknown to anyone. It's just not having the support that I need finally was taking its toll on me, and I wanted to use that as a reason to try to hurt myself again, but in the end, I fought against it. I mean, I almost tried to hurt myself, badly again by the belt, like what I said earlier, but at least I stopped myself this time. It's just weird. Can I actually have a life where it's not about being afraid of everything? Because I feel like the more I trap myself in this apartment where I shouldn't be anyway, because there's just too many problems, I don't get peace here. I need to live somewhere where I can have some peace. And if I can get that, everything else will be fine. But, I'll talk about it another time, but right now, I have no peace, and I have no support, and that was, it's hard to want to fight against your depressive feelings, especially your social anxiety issues, with no help, period. There's no hope in it. There's no saying eventually things will change. There's no promise that things will get better over time if you work on it. Oh, God, I just want to move on from this. One of the things that hurts me the most when I walk outside, the rare times that I actually go outside, is seeing everyone else happy and all together. I'm not saying I'm jealous of them, because, no, I'm not saying that. But seeing that it's possible for other people. How is it possible for other people to be happy and I can't be? It's like I'm not meant to be happy at all. I'm meant to... I would like to say I'm meant to have a tragic life, but I feel like not only is my depression and my suicidal thoughts starting to finally diminish, like that passion and ambition to end my own life is starting to fade away, but I don't know, I just have this feeling I'm here for some reason, and that's why that's happening. I'm meant to be alive right now. I'm not meant to not only die right now, but I'm not meant to be killed by my own hands. I mean, not to sound religious, but I do feel like God wants me here, and if I'm stuck here, if that's true, then I'm stuck here, alive, and this is putting me at a panic. See, let me tell you something about feeling suicidal. You know what to do. You know how to do it, how to at least attempt to end your life. There's plenty of options for you out there. I have no idea how to live. I don't, because unfortunately I've been depressed for over a decade and I have a feeling I've been depressed even longer than that, but I have never realized it. Because depression is not something that you can easily track. It's not something you can see. It's only something how you feel. And I felt dark for many years. I felt like self-harming was normal. To me, self-harming, especially around my mid-20s, felt like that was normal. Like, I can cut my wrist. I can try to suffocate myself with a plastic bag. And that was my normal. That was my version of entertainment. Self-harming is entertainment for me. And that's just how I thought things. And now my thoughts are starting to change. I'm saying that's not something normal, and I need to get help for it. At least I'm aware of that. But therapy has never worked for me, so I'm done with it. I'm going to do these vlogs instead. It's what I want, and so I'm going to try to do them a little bit more frequently. Because I want to accept that life is a journey. If that's true, then I want to begin the process of working towards the next phase of my life. Hopefully, that's to finally reach my adulthood, because unfortunately, because I was depressed all these years, while I have worked on and off, here and there, and I made an attempt at school, which I backfired, so it's not like I did absolutely nothing. It's just that when I tried to do things, I failed, and I was depressed miserably. So, but unfortunately, with my social anxiety and my fear to hide in such a shell, like, even when I was working, I would go to work and go home. I won't do nothing else with those things. I guess I felt like that was the only option I have. Like, in my mind didn't tell me, you're an adult, you can do what you want, you can go anywhere you want. It's embarrassing to say this, I know, but I was really that bad. Even if my depression works out sooner rather than later, I still have my social anxiety issue. I've been hit twice with mental issues, and I want to deal with them. Somehow, I don't know what to do. Except exposure therapy. You're supposed to basically go out into the public and force yourself to go into places. So let me talk about that for a minute. Because I did do that at first. If you look way back at the first 3 videos, part as the chapter 2 the chapter 2 playlist, I kind of divide them kind of like book chapters. I like to write, and I like to think of my life as a story that's still trying to write itself off into another book or another chapter or whatever. So, but if you look at the first 3 videos, what I'm trying to say is that I did actually go out and try to not only to stop caring about what people think of me, because that has been a huge issue for me for years, because I always wanted to be my own person. I always wanted to be like everyone else so I can be accepted. I did try that. Exposure therapy. Go out, surround yourself with crowded, but I put that to a halt because I felt like I was being childish. Felt like I was being immature, stupid, so I stopped doing it. And I haven't done it since. It's hard. I'm judging myself. It's bad when people judge you, but I'm judging myself. I'm thinking, trying to help myself is childish. So I may have to start doing those type of videos again. Go out in a public place. Maybe not necessarily do a vlog there. If it's not like personal, maybe, I don't know. Just film myself go out somewhere. I don't know. I know I need to do something because I'm 31 years old with no life experience. And that's bad. Like, most people, let's say right now, there's plenty of people that are 50 and 60 years old. They look back at their life and they say, oh, I was young and carefree and I went on all these road trips. I went to this place and that place. This has been my life. Right here. For many, many, many years. And I can't tell you how awful that is to suffocate myself here. This is my life experiments. Isolation, depression, hell. To give you a more specific memory, I tried to kill myself right here. I know I've mentioned this in a vlog, but basically I overdosed, and I was filming it, and I was my laptop was, right there, because I don't really have a desk, so I just put it right there, and, I wanted to show, I felt like my death is what everyone wanted. My death is entertainment. So I said, fine, let me overdose. And, I overdosed on sleeping pills, and let me tell you, I felt so sick. Like, I've attempted suicide before, but never to the point where I could have died if I didn't do anything about it. I was so weak quickly that I crawled over to the next door place. I crawled over to the door, crawled over to across the hall, and asked him to call the paramedics, and he did. I was knocked out. I mean, I was conscious up until the ER room. When I got there, that's when I was just starting fading in and out, My eyes were opening and closing until I just fell asleep. When I woke up 12 hours later, the doctors told me my body was not being responsive for 12 hours. So I could have died then. And there's sometimes that I regret it, because while I still feel like I don't belong, I always feel like my life is supposed to. Here's the thing, I think until I make myself happy, learn how to march to my own drum and not everybody else's, I can't, the, some minimum social desires that I have, like having a friend or two, it won't be successful, because if I'm not happy with myself, I can't make anyone else happy. And it's just, I'm a loner. I'm a natural loner just because I've always been the quiet type. And it got worse, unfortunately, because of my depression. So I grew up. Naturally, I just kind of grew up alone. I don't seek to bond with every 20, 30, 40, 50 fucking people. I don't see the point in it. One or two would be nice, but I think for the time being, the only thing I need to do right now is work on myself. And that is scary, because basically I'm a blank slate. I need to break down my past self-hatred, I'm still dwelling on my mistakes, because sometimes I wonder, if I didn't make this mistake and that mistake, where would I be in life right now? I need to stop dwelling on my mistakes, and unfortunately that's going to take some time, because I still don't forgive myself for anything. But I think as a blank slate, I need to basically start all over. The basic things about adulthood, I felt like I never even had a chance to experience, because I was depressed, and my only ambition in life was to end my life. I didn't think I'd still be alive at 31. Even when I was 20, 21 years old, I actually made it a mission to be killed off by 24. That was my goal. Not graduating from college, although I was in college for a year and a half. I just wanted to be killed. But I surrender. I can't be killed by my own hands, nor do I want to. What the next step is now, I don't know. Oh, well, doing these vlogs more frequently again, so I can say, I guess this video is saying I'm coming back on doing much more of these videos, because I need to help myself, and I need to vent. And who knows, this is good for me too, because I'm basically recording my life journey. So who knows where I'll be like 2-3 years from now and say I overcame this and that problem. That would be very nice, because if I could survive my own multiple suicides, then maybe I could survive depression too. The thing is, though, even if I do fight that, I still have my social anxiety issues, and that's going to probably take a lot of time. Because, like I said, I've pretty much locked myself in here for 6-7 years, and wherever I was before that, pretty much I will remain home as much as possible. And for me to say, go from locking myself to doing what I want to do when I want to do, like adults do, normal ones especially, it's just going to take time to adjust, because it's overwhelming. Living life is just too overwhelming for me right now. I have to take baby steps, and so I think tomorrow I'm just going to go to the lake. River, sorry. It's not too far from here. It's a short bus ride there. Then, I don't know, water calms me down, and I haven't been around lakes and rivers for a long time. So, I'll just start off small, and then walk around downtown, get used to being in the city again, because eventually I'm going to have to put myself in the real world, which ultimately is what I wanted anyway. But I have a lot of major and minor bullshit that I need to go through before I can do anything. So for now, my only goal is to try to find some way to get myself together. I'm thinking about checking out NAMI again. NAMI is, I forgot what it means, but it's about mental illness. Think about maybe if I can find a group or something. I know there's some groups around here, I just need to do the research. It's going to be a long road. I mean, just the thought of being an adult who goes to work and who goes to school and who makes weekend plans every single weekend, that's just way too overwhelming. I'm sorry, that's just too much right now. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Weekend plans all the time. What are you... It's just too much to deal with right now. Death was my answer, and I can't even do that anymore, which sucks, because I think I deserve to be killed, but like I said, at least the suicidal part is definitely diminishing. Like, I just don't feel... I have the thoughts, but I don't act on them. I fight against them. If there's a suicidal thought, I'll play The Sims 4 or listen to music, or I'm trying to get used to going back on walks again, so I think I'll just stick to the small stuff right now, get my mind in the right place, and worry about the bigger stuff later, because if I think about the bigger goals in life now, it's just too overwhelming, and I'm going to put myself in a panic attack, because I'm not supposed to be alive right now. So I guess I can say I'm going to start doing these videos again, because I need help.